my loves. Hello. Hi guys, it is me, it's your girl, Coach Latoya Kight, and we are here with the Complete Woman Podcast. So just get ready for some good stuff. I'm going to talk about different topics, but my main topic I will get to in a minute, as you see in the title. But I am going to start out with some catching up, because if you guys have not been paying attention, I have been doing a grief series and it was absolutely amazing. I appreciate everyone that was involved in that, every individual that joined me, everyone that shared their stories and helped other people to deal with the grief that they deal with. You know, some of the things a lot of us can't speak to, and some of the things that even though we've been through it, we still can't really speak to it in someone else. But I hope that whatever was said during that series, it helps someone. And if you missed that series, please go back on my channel on YouTube and watch that, or you can go to the Complete Woman Podcast and listen to it. Okay, guys? So that is that. So all of the stuff, that's what I've been doing lately. I've been getting, planning, because Girls Jam 2020 is coming. Toya's Girls Jam. If you have never attended Girls Jam, it is an amazing event that I created, and it started from having girls' night at my home with a group of girls, and it was such a blessing. I wanted to do it on a big spectrum, so I made it an event. And people come every year, and we dress up in our jammies, and we just have good girl fun. So this year is going to be virtual, so y'all look out for that. I'm steady planning that and figuring that out. So y'all wait for that. I will definitely announce dates and all that kind of stuff later on. Okay, so I think that's kind of all that I got going on outside of the videos and the podcast. Make sure you follow me, all that stuff. I get those details at the end. So I'm just gonna get into it, because it's been a minute and I kind of miss having this one-on-one. I love talking to other people on the interviews or whatever that I do, but on Talks with Toya, but I love having the one-on-one where you guys can listen to me or whatever, not because I just want to hear my voice, but sometimes I just want to let out some things that are on my mind, So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I hope everyone has been doing well. I know there's been a lot been going on lately. I hope that everyone has been keeping safe during this whole coronavirus journey that we are all on, being quarantined and all that stuff. Make sure you're wearing your mask. Make sure that you're staying a distance away from people. Make sure you're not getting too comfortable with where we are right now and thinking that we are safe, because we're not totally safe right now. So make sure you're taking care of yourself and your children, your family, and everything else, and making sure that you are staying on top of it and getting tested when you need to get tested. Make sure that you're doing that. Whatever other protocols that you have, make sure that you are paying attention. Voting. Guys, please make sure you're going out to vote. We gotta get this guy out of office. I'm sorry, we gotta get him out. We gotta get him out. We cannot take another 4 years of this. I promise you, it's not gonna be good. Look at what all has happened. I don't understand why anybody would want to vote for him after the 4 years we have endured. But hey, to each his own. But this is important. Make sure if you got a child that's 18 years old, you take them. If you got a senior in your family that can't get around or somebody that's handicapped, help as many people as you can to get out there and vote, and make sure that you make your vote count. I know a lot of people believe that their vote doesn't matter and all that kind of stuff, but not voting matters as well. So you not voting helps way. And if you're not voting for Biden and Kamala, who are you voting for? Are you voting for Trump? Yeah, ask yourself, why am I voting for him? Okay, so yeah, please make sure you go out and vote. Make sure you go out and vote. You guys did very well in Jacksonville, Florida. I don't know about any other city or state, but in Jacksonville, Florida, you guys did very well in our districts. We got, like, I think all black women in office here, you know, as representatives, and all those other offices that I can't name because I don't really know all of them like that. But we got them in there because we got out there and vote. So let's do that again. I don't really know the date off the top of my head, but look out for the date to vote, and to vote for your president, because we don't want this guy to be here anymore. We can't deal with it. We can't take it. It's not gonna work. Oh yeah, and I dressed up tonight, you know, because today or whatever, you know, I dressed up because I just want to dress up. So yeah, I got on heels and stuff, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see them. Boom, bam, bam, bam. I don't know if y'all can see them or not, but I got on heels and my little skirt and things, because I am so tired of not dressing up. I'm so tired of not being having somewhere to go. I used to always, if anybody knows, I'm always at an event. Now I'm glad for the rest. All right, guys. So yeah, I just wanted to feel good, you know. Can't wait to be able to go somewhere, because I got outfits and things that I need to be wearing, and they are so cute that I have never worn before, and stuff I haven't worn in a long time. So yeah, I'm ready for that. On to this verses that we watched over, no, not over weekend, sorry, Monday. Man, listen, let me tell y'all something. Monica and Brandy are two of my faves. So I love both of them. Like, I could rock out to both of them. So I wasn't on either side. Like, I was down, I was ready. I was singing like I was in concert. That versus was like the best ever, and for it to have over 1 million people watching it is so crazy. And they definitely got their flowers while they were here, and I am so glad about that. And I'm so glad they could come together. No matter what any of our theories are about what was going on, they were able to come together and do something that the world needed. We needed that, and we needed that, you know, at this time with everything that's going on. We needed a night to just have fun and to basically kind of feel like we were in a concert. Now, Brandy and Monica, I don't think they're going to ever see this video, but let the people know, let them know they need to have a concert. Listen here, do a tour. If you do a tour, do you know how much money you're gonna make? Y'all need to do a tour. I'm just here for it. I'm ready for it. I just want to be able to jam out to take me all the way down memory lane and everything, because I'm ready, and you guys are unmatched. I'm sorry, no matter what. You guys are unmatched. You got hits for days. Your music is timeless. Like, it was so amazing to see that. I really thought it was a joke at first, but to know that it was real and that it happened, that was absolutely amazing. I'm so glad, and I so enjoyed. Me and my sisters and some of my cousins, we got together and we watched it, and I left there and my throat was hurting because I was saying all the parts. All of the parts. Okay. Also, you know, I'm going to touch on it a little bit because I posted something about it on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, not my brand page, but I posted about John Gray. And I just want to say that I hope that anyone that listens to him or follows him and has believed in anything that he has stood for, do not give up on God. Do not give up on marriage. Do not give up on something that you have hope for. Do not look at a human being and put all of your weight on them and they direct the way that you go when it comes to believing in God and believing in something bigger than you and believing in marriage and relationships and all that kind of stuff. You can have that in a positive manner. Don't put your weight, and not just on him, you know. And if you don't know, he has been said to have cheated on his wife for a third time. Now, I'm not one as a relationship coach. I have never, and any of my clients, if they were ever to tell you, I have never ever told anyone to leave their relationship. To me, honestly, this and abuse are two of the things that I believe, and it's in the word. Two of the things that I believe you can just have to leave and can't really work through. Now, some people can, and some people are reformed and changed, and I'm here for all of that, but I never want anyone to give up on love and give up on God. He's human. Yes, and I truly believe, honestly, he just needs to sit down, work on himself, get himself together, and then he come back later and do what God has put him here to do. Because sometimes you can get sidetracked. You're starting to get the fame and the fortune and the notoriety, and sometimes you can kind of, and when you don't deal with some issues. That's why I tell people all the time, too, if you have been in a relationship, the worst advice that I have ever heard is to get over somebody, is to get under somebody else. No, that's just a Band-Aid for a moment. Once you pull that Band-Aid off, the wound is still going to be there. The heartache is still going to be there. The pain is still going to be there. The torture and whatever you went through is still going to be there. So don't try to fill a void with something outside of God. Don't try to fill a void with something that can compare to God. Only God can fill that. When I went through my divorce, I literally took a year and I did not date anyone, and I worked on me, because even though I felt like, I was done absolutely wrong in my marriage, I felt like that, but at the end of the day, I know there's something that I needed to work on within me. So that's what I did. And for the betterment of me and my children, I made sure that I worked on me so they could see, no matter what, if I ever got with anybody else, my kids would see a happy, healthy, and whole woman. Because that's what matters. It doesn't matter who else is there. It doesn't matter whatever somebody else did. Because I could point fingers all day and say, he did this and he did that and da-da-da-da. That does not matter. I have to raise individuals to be healthy, happy, and whole individuals. And I have to be better after this. So I cannot sit around and try to make someone be the blame and take accountability and wait for somebody to come and apologize to me or, rectify things with me. I can't do that. So what I'm going to do is just do what I can do, and that's control the person that I have control over, and that's myself. And that's what I did. And it was, I absolutely loved it, and I absolutely am glad that I did it, because it definitely helped me see myself in another way. Y'all wouldn't have Coach Latoya Kight if she didn't do that. Y'all wouldn't have, the complete woman if I didn't do that. So I had to make sure I focused my healing and being better on me, and also wanting to be an example to my children. So at the end of the day, whether my ex ever wants to be better, or my ex wants to do better, or my ex ever wants to apologize, or whatever he wants to do, that's on him. I can't sit around and try to make him be accountable for that. I can't sit around and wait on my healing for it to be predicated off of him. I can't do that, because if I do that, I'll remain stuck. And I refuse to be stuck. So I had to do better, and I had to make it through. I had to make it through, and I had to come out as if I had never been through it. And when y'all see a girl now, look. So yeah, so let's be praying for him and his family, especially his wife, his kids, and anyone that follows him and his congregation and all of that, because, even as for him, for his wife, you know, it's very tough. You know, we want her to forgive and we want everybody to forgive and to move on, but it's very, very tough to keep trying to move through and work through stuff when it has been damaging to your heart and your mind and your soul. It's very tough. We can say it all day, yes, I forgive, whatever, but at the end of the day, I still got to deal with the ramifications of this thing. I got to still deal with what it did to me. This doesn't change overnight. Okay, so let's have compassion for that. Let's have compassion that my wounds don't heal overnight. My pain doesn't go away overnight. Let's have compassion for that, okay? So let's keep that in mind while we want to throw out, oh, people should forgive and people should move on and all that kind of stuff. And this is the other thing, okay? I am quite tired of people doing people wrong, especially when they're in leadership type roles. And they do people wrong, they do stuff wrong, and basically give us they behind the kids, and we supposed to just move on like it's nothing. That's not okay. You're not going to keep doing things to me, and you're not going to keep getting over on me, and I'm supposed to just move on and keep going on, and it's not supposed to affect me? No, that is not okay. Get yourself together. And let me get myself together. But don't expect me to do something that's difficult to do. It's difficult to deal with those wounds. It's difficult to deal with the chaos that came with that. It's difficult. So I need time to work through it. And you may get some eye rolling and some head shaking or whatever in the meantime. But I got to work through it. I'm not going to be perfect overnight. Just like you're human, I'm human as well. We always want to use that excuse that they're human. Yes, we're all human though. We're all human. So whatever reaction I have is a human reaction. And you know, we just always talk about touch not my anointed. You're not just anointed because you're in the pulpit. I'm anointed too. We in the pews are anointed too. Just because you have a title doesn't make you any different from us. Let's just keep all that in mind. But I'm not going to go in too much on that. We're going to keep it pushing. And also what has happened is the passing of Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther. Listen, I'm not going to touch on this too long because the way the tears will probably start rolling, because he died from colon cancer, and one of my closest friends, Tiffany Ortiz, she died from the same cancer earlier this year. And it was very tough to kind of hear, you know, that's something, and they're on two different spectrums. Like, she's somebody that not many know, and he's somebody that the world knows, but it still affected them the same way. And so it's really, really tough to hear things like that, and both of them being so young, you know, it's just very tough. And it's very tough for someone who had no scandals, no chaos, no drama, even to the point that no one in his camp even told us that he had cancer. It didn't leak any kind of way. I didn't even know baby was married. Y'all know he was married. But anywho, so I definitely am glad though that he got his flowers while he was alive, because the way we showed out for Black Panther, the way we showed out, and even all his other stuff, like I have not watched anything of his that I have been saying ever had to say, oh, that wasn't good. He has done impeccable work. Like, he has done an amazing job throughout his career, and I'm so glad that he was able to reach those goals and to be such an example to the world before he left here. So let's just keep him in our hearts and our minds and honor him even though he's gone and he's not here. Honor him and keep praying for his family and praying for his wife, you know, that she makes it through all of this and recovers. So yeah, so I'm going to get into my topic, connections. How do they benefit me? Okay, I'm going to get into this, and I'm not going to stay here long because I've already talked enough. So I'm just going to dive right into this, you know. So this came to mind because I did this presentation for a class of life coaches a while ago, and you know, they wanted to learn how to connect. And since I am a relationship coach, that is part of being in relationships, connecting. So I was like, you know, let me go to my notes, you know, because I was trying to figure out what to give y'all this week. So I said, let me go to my notes and see what I got here. So connection, how does it benefit me? Okay, so connection is an amazing thing. It can be very amazing if you use it right. Connection can be very toxic as well. So you have to be very mindful when you're dealing with connections, and you have to have your discernment has to be on another level when it comes to connections, because you can get connected to the wrong thing and the wrong people. So my first point for this is overcoming fear of connection. How do we overcome fear of connection? And what I have is the fear of connection and what comes with it. What comes with connection and something that you would have to overcome the fear of is rejection. A lot of times you may get rejected. A lot of times you may get, you know, overlooked. A lot of times you may get disappointed. A lot of times you may think that, oh, this person is definitely for me, you know, we can hang out and we can be cool and we can be good together, and it can turn before you even know it. It can change before you can think about it, and it can definitely send you into this place of, oh, now I'm not going to deal with anybody else, and now I'm done, I'm good. That is not what I'm going to do. I'm not going to keep setting myself up for failure. I'm not going to be setting myself up for pain. I'm not going through that anymore. But what you're going to do is you're going to lose out on the very thing and the very people that are meant for you. You're going to miss out on the very thing that could propel you to the next. You're going to miss out on the very thing that could connect you to the amazing thing that you have in your life that is over behind that connection. You never know where a connection can take you. So we have to get over the fear of rejection and disappointment. We have to get over the fear of someone leaving us. We have to get over the fear of someone saying no to us. We have to get over that fear if we want to be connected to someone, and if we want to have these relationships and these connections that are going to send us into another level in our lives that we have never seen before. We have to deal with that fear. And how you deal with that fear and how you deal with that that fear of connection and disappointment, you have to first deal with you. You have to first deal with the things in you that you feel like are not good enough. You have to deal with those things that you feel like are not enough for somebody else. And you have to deal with the inadequacies that you have within yourself that you feel like, oh, they're not going to like me, or they're not going to see this in me, or they're not going to feel like this about me, or they're going to say this about me, and they're going to look at me this way. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, because the very people and the very thing that you want to connect to could be the very people and the very things that are waiting on you. You never know. You can connect to somebody and they'll say, you know what, I always admire you, and you never know. It can be very shocking how people will receive you. So sometimes you do have to put yourself out there. But what I would tell you is put your heart in God's hand. Put your heart in God's hand and let him handle it, so that when you go out here to be connected to someone else, that you, even if they do say no, even if they don't want to be around you, even if they have a negative reaction, you won't be in a place that is going to have you stuck in, oh, dang, this is who I am, this is what I am, this is how they feel about me, I'm not good enough, I'm not this and that. You won't be in that place. You'll just take it as, well, it just wasn't fit for me. And it is what it is, you know. So moving right along, like I said, because I've already been here long. Moving right along. The benefits, my next point, the benefits of connection. The benefits of connection, number one, growth and advancement. You connect to people and they have other people they're connected to. that you probably would have never met. They have resources, they have opportunities, they have things that you probably would have never had access to if you would have never connected to them. So the fact that you now have connected to them can absolutely take you into a place where you will have opportunities and doors that you would have never encountered if you had never encountered this person. So you can now grow and you can advance in a way that you had never imagined before, because this person probably thinks on a whole nother level than you have ever thought and ever seen. So at the end of the day, now you are in this amazing place, and now you at this amazing point in your life, because now you have connected to a being and a situation and a place that has taken you somewhere that you have never ever seen before. It has taken you out of the place that you know and the things that you're used to. So now you're in this place where now you're seeing things come your way that you could have never imagined. Now you're being able to be connected, and you're being in rooms that you would have never been in before. And that is also connected to success. So now you are getting, like I said, these opportunities and these connections, and you're in these rooms that you would have never been in before. So don't miss out on your opportunities to be connected to success and growth and advancement if you don't reach out and try to connect. You got to connect to other people and other things as well. Connect, the benefits of connection, relationship, whether it's with somebody you want to be in a loving relationship with, a romantic relationship with, or just want to be friends or business partners. You never know what can come out of you meeting and connecting with somebody. This could be the very relationship that God wants for you. This could be the very thing that God has been waiting for you to tap into. This could be the very person that you can connect to that can help you get to the next level of your life. This is the very person that can definitely help you get to those areas that you didn't see a way to get to. The benefit of connection, relationship. You don't know what could blossom and what can bloom out of connection when you get in the right relationship. You just got to let God lead the way. And it also can introduce you to different genres and backgrounds. When I tell you exposure, that's basically what it is. It's an amazing thing. A lot of times, if you think about life, if you stay in these same little circles and you stay in these same little areas and you stay around these same people and you do the same thing and you go to the same places, what else is out there? There's this big old world out there that you will never know about because you haven't been exposed. But when you connect with people and connect with things and situations, then you are now exposed to things that you probably would have never ever thought about, probably would have never ever been exposed to, never had access to again if you would have connected to these people. So don't minimize and make your life so small to the point that you miss out on what is there because you're scared, or you've never seen that before, or you never heard that before, you never experienced that before. So now you're in this place where you're constantly stuck in the old, and you're constantly stuck in the place that God is in He's not there anymore. And you're still there because you're afraid to move on because you have not connected to people that can push you into another element of your life. My. This stuff is good. I say, listen, if I had more time, like I try not to keep y'all here too long. But this here, this is good. You gotta be connected. You gotta be connected. If you want to elevate, you cannot do it by yourself. You gotta be connected. Don't forget that. You gotta be connected. The other, my next point is godly connection. Godly connection is like the biggest thing and the key to everything. Being connected to God. How do I get connected to God? Through prayer. Make sure that you're praying on a regular basis. I'm not saying that you got to be praying heaven down. I'm not saying that you got to pray like me, because a lot of people say they want to pray like me. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you got to speak in tongues. I'm not saying you got to be sweating and and all up under the pew or on the floor or whatever. You don't have to do that. But have a conversation with God and be open to what he is saying. Have a conversation, be open to what he's saying, and make sure that you're clear. Because if you're clear with God, then everything else will fall in place. We so many times we're looking for these connections with other people and other things, and we're looking over the very one that we need to be connected to, and that is God. If you're connected to God and you're so clear and your ear is open to him and your heart is open to him and your mind is open to him, he can lead you to the right people to be connected to, in the right places, in the right situations to be connected to. If you listen to him, pray and have conversations with him on a regular basis. Also, devotional time. Make sure you're spending time in your word. Make sure you're going into your word, because I'm telling you, there's nothing new under the sun. So every answer that you need is in the word. And they have made it so easy for us now. We can get it through our technology. And guess what you can do as well? If you're looking for something, I know in the Bible app on your phone, the one that I have, they have Bible plans for every situation that you deal with. They have plans. They have scriptures, and they have sayings, and all these things that can help you deal with those very things. So you have it with access, and you can Google, hey, what in the word does it say about worry? What in the word does it say about depression? What in the word does it say about heartache? What in the word does it say about overcoming? What in the word does it say about success? What does it say about accomplishment? What does it say about relationships? There's nothing new under the sun. Get into your word. Get into your word to get the answers that you need, and have conversation with God so he can confirm everything that you think that you know already. God will give you clearance. You ain't got to hear from man. You ain't got to hear from boo-boo over there. You ain't got to hear from the sun, the moon, and the stars. All you got to do is tap into God, tap into his word, have conversations with him, and I'm telling you, he will open your eyes to something that you have never ever seen before. He will open your eyes to things that you never ever knew. He will provide things that you had never ever had and always desired and always needed. That's what counts. And definitely having a relationship with him. Make sure you're putting as much time into God as you're putting it into all these outside things that are not as important, because if you didn't have God, you wouldn't have those things. God is covering you. So make sure you are preserving that relationship. Make sure you're letting him know that you need him. Make sure you're letting him believe that you're going to always depend on him. Make sure you're letting him know that he's the God of your life. You have to be in relationship with God, and the way to be in relationship with God is through devotion and prayer and spending time with him. Just spend time with God, and he will send you those people and those resources, and he will connect you to this and that, anything, and he will tell you where to go and where to be, and all these things that you probably never thought of in your life. Connect to God. I'm telling you, the connections are so absolutely important. Connections are so absolutely, they can be amazing. Again, like I said, they can be tragic as well. If you're not paying attention and if you're not using your discernment, they can definitely be toxic and they can definitely be no good. But at the end of the day, you can't get anything done without being connected. You can't accomplish anything without being connected. So make sure that you're concentrating on what you need to do to be better, and what you need to do to change, and what you need to do to get to the next level, and who you need to be connected to, and where you need to be connected to, and what you need to be connected to, okay? Because I'm telling you, once you get those right connections, everything will start lining up, and you will look back over your life and be like, now how in the world did it take this long to do this? How in the world did I let this go on like this? How in the world were we not friends before now? How in the world were we not connected before now? You got to think outside of the box. You got to think bigger. You got to think better. You got to think more. Okay? So yeah, like you say, I don't want this to be too long, but I hope that blessed. I hope that touched. I hope that that was everything that you needed and more. So continue to follow me on YouTube and on social media. Everything is under Latoya Kight. So make sure you follow all of those things. Make sure you are watching out for everything that I got going on. And make sure that you, like I said, paying attention. And you know, make sure on YouTube that you are subscribing and you're sharing and you're commenting and you hit that notification bell to see when I upload, which is, I try to upload every Saturday, but sometimes it be acting crazy. But hey, you know, it is what it is. You know, the girl is on her own production team, and that is fine. So, so just, you know, pay attention to that as well. You can go to, on Facebook, I have a Complete Woman group on Facebook, so you can go on there and you can follow that group. Also, I have, what else I have? The Complete Woman podcast. Make sure you're listening. Make sure you subscribe to the Complete Woman podcast on podcast platforms. As well, if you have any questions, any topics, if you want to join me on my Talks with Toya that I have on the Complete Woman podcast, if you want to book your girl, you know, whatever, you can go to the completewoman19@gmail.com and you can do that. And as well, if you have a problem, an issue that you want me to talk about, if you want to send a letter in, you can do that as well. And I will always be anonymous and protect your name or whatever. I would definitely always do that. But if you want my advice on something and you want me to talk about it, I would definitely do that. So you can definitely send all of that to the completewoman19@gmail.com. So I think that is all of my platforms on social media and all of that. So thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for following and subscribing and all of that and supporting me. You guys are absolutely amazing. I appreciate all of you. I promise you I do. I absolutely love you all. Thank you so much. Goodbye, my love.